Hi guys, welcome back to another directed drawing today. So today my inspiration was the artist Georgia Okeefe. I don't know if you guys have heard of her before, but she is one of my favorite artists. I love when she does the big giant flowers, and she did a lot of like desert landscapes, really beautiful stuff. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna be kind of doing a Georgia O'Keeffe-esque drawing today. Again, it's going to be directed drawing, so follow me step by step. And then when we're done, I'm going to post a YouTube video link in the comments so you can actually watch a video about Georgia O'Keeffe and learn a little bit about her if you haven't heard of her before. So the first step that we're going to do is we're actually going to draw our flowers. So we're going to go towards the bottom first. And the cool thing about these flowers are they're just going to kind of be large and undefined. So we're just going to kind of do some little loops here, some curves. Just try your best. The great thing is all of these are going to turn out so different, which I think is really beautiful. So after we do that big kind of petal down at the bottom, now I'm going to scoot a little ways up and I'm going to do the same type of looking flower. So again, just kind of going along, do another one. And come up and finish it over here. Like so. They kind of look like pieces of popcorn. Really undefined flowers. Then I'm going to come up here again. Remember, my tip again is go lightly with your pencil. Just like I did yesterday, I will go back in with black marker so it's a little bit easier to see. But I always say go lightly with your pencil. That way, if you do make a mistake, you can always go back in and finish it. All right, I'm only going to do one more flower up here. And this one's going to kind of go off the page. I think they totally look like floating pieces of popcorn right now. So fun. All right, now I'm going to go back in and add some detail to these flower petals. So I'm going to come back into this one here. I'm going to do a little squiggly line to the middle, and another squiggly line to the middle, and another squiggly line. And then when I get to the center, I'm going to kind of do this little almost like a messy looking hand in the middle. I'm going to actually finish this guy all the way to the middle of that one. Then I'm going to come back to this guy. I'm going to go again right where I ended this petal. I'm going to come in, squiggly lines, squiggly lines, squiggly lines. And again, I'm going to make that kind of messy looking hand thing right in the middle. I'm going to come up here to the top one. I'm going to go back again where all my curves are and bring them towards the middle. Just kind of have fun with it. You can add more, you can add less. If you want to do more flowers than me, do it. Create this piece into your own. I'm going to do another little squiggly kind of in the center of this one. Then come up, come down, come up. I'm going to go follow this guy there. I'm going to do another little squiggly right there. All right, so now those are my heads to my flowers. And what does every flower need? I tell my first graders when we're describing our parts of the plant, they always have a what? Stem. So these flowers need some stems. So I'm actually going to come down right here and just draw a nice straight line down. And come up. You can make these thinner or thicker if you like. Then I'm actually, this whole little guy, he's coming behind. He's going to peek out. And he's not a flower yet. He's just a little flower bud. So he's going to go right there. And come down. So while we're drawing our little flower bud here, I was doing a Bible lesson for my students the other day. And we were talking about things that you can do out in the community right now. We can't leave right now, right? and we're doing all of our schoolwork at home, which is super awesome. But what are some things that you could do from home? You can write letters, right? There's a lot of senior citizens right now that aren't able to see their family because they're being safe. So you could write a letter to somebody. You could also video chat, right, with some of your relatives. Maybe some of your classmates that you haven't seen, you can video chat with them. And if they can't video chat, maybe you can write them a letter and mail it to them, right? Practice those friendly letter skills. Like we talked about, all of these drawing pictures, you could send them a picture. You can email it to them. Right now I'm just adding lots of stems. Going back through again. I'm actually going to cross over this flower and come down. So there's lots of things you can do. And not only in the community, but what about around the house? Could you help mom and dad do dishes? Yep. Help by cleaning your room. There's lots of things that we can do to help right now. Help maybe if you're a bigger brother or big sister, help a younger sibling with their homework. All right, so we're drawing all of those lines right there. All right, now that we have all of our stems here, we have our pictures. Now we're gonna go ahead and add some color. So again, with what I'm gonna be using is I'm gonna be kind of doing a mixture of crayon and a mixture of marker today. So I'm gonna start with my crayon, and I'm actually gonna start with my stems. So I'm gonna do nice green for my stems, color those in. I really loved seeing all of your leprechauns yesterday. I loved that, like, not only did you guys do them, but you had like your family members do them, and you took the pictures and the videos, and it was super awesome seeing all those. So I hope that you guys enjoy doing this one today. I really think that this would be an awesome watercolor project too, because the petals would look really great if they were done in watercolor. So if you have watercolors at home, you could totally do those. If you have like any other art supplies, like some people might have chalk. Chalk would be a cool medium to do this in. But I always love crayons and markers. Simple, fun. If you guys want to see a project, and let's go ahead and go through real quick and erase these lines in here. If you guys want to see a project done in something other than crayons, let me know. Like maybe you want to ask for a certain type of one. I can try to get that done for you guys. I believe that these ones are poppies that we're coloring right now. They look like poppies. If you have a favorite flower, why don't you comment down below? What's your favorite flower? My favorite flower is a peony, which are like these big, just fluffy flowers. I just love them so much. And I also love tulips because I just think they're so dainty. They're so dainty and pretty. So I'm going through and coloring all of my stems green. And then what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna make it look like there's kind of grass behind my flowers here. So I'm gonna bring up some little squiggly lines of green in between my stems right here with my grass. And then I'm kind of bringing some taller ones up here. Just kind of have fun with it. Add as much or as little grass as you want. Now, I'm going to go through and I'm going to get my red out. And this is actually, I'm not going to get my red out. I'm going to get my orange out. And this is a really fun part of this project here. So I'm going to start with my orange, and I'm going to do kind of a really dark orange, but I'm only going to color around the inside of my flower right now. And I'm going to kind of fan out almost make it like a lion's mane around the center of my flower here. I'm gonna fan out, fan out, fan out, fan out. You can make it as big or as little as you want for your orange. And I'm trying to make it really dense. Oops. Trying to color as much of that white in the center as I can. All right, as soon as I feel like, okay, I like that one, I'm gonna move on to the next one. Do the same thing, make that lion's mane around that center of that flower. You can make it, like, again, I said, bigger or smaller. Almost looks like a starburst of color there. And then I'm also gonna go around my edges. I'm gonna color a little bit of orange up here. I'm gonna color some orange over here. Some orange over here. I'm gonna go down into that starbursty area I created. Now I'm gonna come up to this one and I'm just gonna do my starburst of orange on this side. If you wanna do the mane all the way across, you can. Then I'm gonna kind of do some little orange coloring over here. All right, now I'm gonna come over to this last flower and I'm gonna do that mane of bright orange in the middle. And then I'm actually gonna do my orange all along this outer layer of flowers right here, this petal. I want this whole outer petal to be orange. All right. I think I might add some orange to this one too. Just that outer edge. I think I'll do a little bit more orange on this side. So kind of play with it. Add orange how you like it. Try different techniques. Maybe you don't want to do the starburst. Maybe you want to go side to side. Now I'm going to take my red and I'm actually going to do my red right on top of the outer part of that orange that I colored. And that same formation there. And I'm going to try to like blend them in really good. I'm gonna keep coloring and I'm actually gonna fill in the whole rest of this flower red, each petal. And I want you to play with kind of hard and soft pressure on your crayon. So if you draw really hard, you're gonna get like if you're using crayon, a really dark color. And if you go light, you're gonna get a light color of red. So use those different pressures on your crayon or whatever you're working with. If you're using with watercolors, you could dip into your watercolors and use less water. The less water you use with the watercolor, the more intense the color is. I'm gonna go around the edge of my poppy here. Go back through here, get all that white out. Go back on top of this orange that I put on the side. So you can see my paper's kind of lifting up when I'm coloring, so I'm gonna start from this side and kind of color this way. Like so. Then I'm gonna go ahead and color this little petal out here. Now I'm gonna take my red crayon and I'm gonna trace around all the edges of my petals here. And I might go in and make certain areas darker than others. Just like that. And I can always come back to that petal if I decide I want to do something different. Now I'm going to go to my next one, do the same thing. Going around, I'm gonna color the rest of that petal in red, blending it with my orange. All right, and then I'm gonna move on to the next one. I'm gonna watch out for my stem right there. I don't want to get any red on it. I want to make look like that stem is in front of my petal. All right, then I'm gonna move on to my last one. Again, I'm gonna blend my red with my orange. All right, so now I'm gonna go kind of back through my flowers and just see if I like the color of them, see if I wanna cover any more white, if I wanna go around any edges, make any petals bigger. And I'm still working with my red, really coloring those in. I'm gonna go back through this one. I have quite a bit of white in this guy. Go over my orange right here. All right, now I think I kind of want a little bit more orange in some of these poppies. So I'm gonna go back in with my orange and I'm gonna color over all of my red and my orange. Just really getting all of those white spots, really making the color a little bit more intense. Getting those places that I just left orange, really orange. Still kind of using that starburst coloring method. Go back through this one. All right, so I really like these ones down below. I feel like my ones up top need a little bit more color. So I'm gonna keep going with my orange, and then I think I might pop back in with a different color. So I'm going over again with my orange, making sure that one orange leaf that I wanted really orange is colored in, or not leaf, petal. Going back in with this one. This one I kind of want really red. So after I do this coat of orange here, I'm gonna go back in with my red. And I think I'm actually gonna grab more of a pinky magenta red, and I'm gonna color in. And then go back in with my brick red and really color dark over those. Okay, I like how my flowers are and my petals, so I'm gonna stop right there. All right, next I'm gonna get out my black marker and I'm gonna get out my pen bag real quick. Oh, it's not in here. Let's get my Sharpie. All right, I couldn't find my Sharpie, but I do have a dry erase marker, which will do the same thing. So now I'm gonna go back through and I'm going to trace all of those petal lines that we made. If you have a black crayon, you can do this as well. Or you can use a Sharpie, as long as it's black. Black marker. Just tracing those edges and retracing those petal lines that you made. Then the centers of your flowers are going to be black. So after you trace those, go ahead and color those in. Like so. All right, and then last, I realized I left my poor little bud over here. I forgot to color him. So I'm going to color my little green bud over here. And then this little sliver right here, I'm actually gonna do like a yellow-green right in the middle. All right, and then you can leave it like here. Go ahead and stop, or I'm gonna add just a little sliver of blue behind everything. And then as always, don't forget to sign your work at the bottom. And done. Thank you so much for joining us today. Like I said, I will be posting a video link for Georgia Okeefe in the comments below. So go ahead and take a look at her work and make your own Georgia Okeefe flower drawing. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you.